All right, we are live. Hello, viewers. Hello, everybody from wherever you're watching us. My name is Lovejoy. Welcome to the program, Meet the Press with Lovejoy. On the program, we talk about everything and we talk to everyone. We want you to be on the program. We want everybody to be on the program. Our main purpose is to convene dialogue, and we want to dialogue with you. And on the program today, we have got one amazing young lady. She has been making waves from her base in the United States. I will let her introduce herself, but in the meantime, Makanaka, welcome to the program and congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here and have the opportunity to speak to you today.
All right. So I'd given people this congratulations thing. I want you to tell them who you are, what you were nominated for, and what you've been doing.
All right, yeah, my name is Maka Chikowero. I am 15 years old, originally from Harare, Zimbabwe, but I'm currently living in the United States, and I have a nonprofit organization named MTC Educated Girl Inc. that helps send orphan girls back to school as well as play sports. And recently, I was nominated for the International Children's Peace Prize for my work.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. I want to understand that the International Children's Peace Prize is equivalent to the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, in my mind, I think of it as like the miniature version of the Nobel
Oh,
Peace.
wow, wow, that's a huge one. And I think you're the first Zimbabwean, teen Zimbabwean to be nominated for that. And we're so proud of you, Maka. Keep on doing well.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so in brief, tell us about the award. What is it about? Who does it recognize? Why were you chosen?
Yeah, it highlights youth who are doing things to better the lives of other youth. They don't have to be from the same country just to help make a change in somebody else's life.
Okay, that's interesting. So, and I was just checking. This award last year was won by Greta Thunberg. So
It's
how do you feel right now? How do you feel being in the same bracket with Greta, the great Greta?
so crazy to be even put in the same category as an award that the amazing Greta Thunberg won last year, and it's still I still haven't like fully realized it. It's just an amazing honor to be nominated alone.
Okay, and how many people were you nominated with? How many are you?
I believe 142 people.
142, and I think it's from 20. Is it 42 countries?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
All right, interesting. So take us through the kind of work that you've been doing. What exactly have you been doing for you to get such an international recognition?
Yeah, a few years ago there was a cyclone that hit Zimbabwe, which left many girls and children orphaned without parents, and they were unable to go to school because they didn't have parents to supply their like necessities and school supplies. And so that's when I decided to step in and say I'm going to create an organization where I can help these girls get back on their feet and make something for themselves and help potentially break the cycle of early child marriages, because if girls aren't going to school, people say, well, there's no use for them here if they're not doing anything, so let's get them married. And I created this to potentially help break the cycle of early child marriages. And now I have soccer programs where girls play, as well as the scholarship program where I have orphan girls going back to school.
You talked about child marriages. Let's talk about that in the Zimbabwean context vis-a-vis the United States context. How do you compare the two?
There are child marriages in the United States, but they're not as on a big scale as they are in especially the rural areas of Zimbabwe and Africa as well. So I decided to start there to help break the cycle there and to potentially help the girls find a way out of just, okay, if I'm not doing anything, I might as well go get married, and telling them that you can be something great, you can go and finish your education as well as become a great athlete and make something for yourself.
So you're trying to tackle child marriages through soccer.
through education as well as sports empowerment as well.
And I understand you were also nominated in the education category.
Yes, I was.
Let's talk about this year. It's been a difficult year, especially for children who are going to school. Most of them have missed, I think, 7 to 8 months of school going time. How does this make you feel?
Well, I have been lucky to be able to do online education here in the US, but where I'm working, these girls are in the rural areas, and let alone they don't are not given opportunities, and they don't are unable to do their education online, so it leaves them in the dark, and it creates this digital divide where they can't do anything productive with their time, and so they're just unfortunately just sitting there. And
Mhm.
it breaks my heart because I've been trying to I work to give them opportunities to become better, but it's hard when there is a such a great divide between the two of us.
Okay, okay. And then, what inspires you to do the kind of philanthropic work that you've been doing?
It all started when I was in third or fourth grade. We were assigned an art project to look at how women and girls are portrayed in Lego sets.
Hmm.
And I was looking at these sets and noticed how how girls would have these bright colors and all this makeup on and do the girly jobs, while as men got to do like the manly jobs. And it opened my eyes to gender inequality when I was a young girl. And
Hmm.
so over the past 5-ish years, I've been working to try and bridge that gap, not have these gender stereotypes being put onto women and girls.
Interesting. What do you understand about gender equality? You talked about gender equality. What is gender equality in your context?
To me, gender equality is just being treated the same, regardless of gender, what you look like, how you identify, who you are. It's just overall equality for everybody to me.
Interesting, interesting. And locally in Zimbabwe, have you been collaborating with other people?
Yes, I've been working closely with another organization named Rosario Memorial Trust, ran
Mm,
by Nyaradzai Gumbonjanda. I
mhm.
met her a long time ago at my first United Nations Youth Conference, and she has become a mentor to me and has helped me grow my foundation and become the person I am today.
So is she like your role model?
Yes, she definitely is. She's helped me find my voice and find who I want to be.
I've worked with Mai Gumbonjanda. She's a lovely lady, and I've had the privilege to do a story on you as well. I think that was about 2 3 months ago, and you know the issue of child marriages here in Zimbabwe is so rampant. Just last week, we learned that in the province, in Mashonaland province, Mashonaland Central, there's about 50% of girls who get married off at a young age before 18. And that's very sad, that's very sad. And when you have got people like you who are doing well, we're doing well in that regard. We take really great pride in that. Now, I want to bring in someone. I want to bring in your mom. I believe she's been one person who has been doing very well. She's been pushing you to do this. Hi, Lucy. Is she there? Oh, she's gone. She's gone. No, it's fine. It's okay. Now, let's talk about some of the things that you've been doing because I made to understand that you've been making donations. What kind of donations have you been making and to who?
Yes, for a very long time, I was donating soccer kits as well as
Mm-hmm,
school supplies to Rosario Memorial Trust to My Gumbo's foundation.
mm-hmm.
And then recently, I've been collecting school supplies, soccer equipment, as well as the basic necessities to send over to my girls in Zimbabwe for school as well as sports.
All right. Okay, your mom is here now. Let's talk to your mom. Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Lovejoy. How are you?
I'm all right. I would want to congratulate you and Maka as well again for being nominated for this prestigious award.
Thank you.
As a mother, how do you feel?
It is a great honor. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. We never thought it was going to happen. And as a mother, what we have been doing was supporting Maka in a passion to empower girls like her, and to try and level the playing field for the young women and girls in Zimbabwe. I think, as she mentioned, that she has been working with Dr. Nyaradzai Gumbonzwanda in Mrewa and Shamva to start the soccer programs. I guess she's going to talk about it, about her own athleticism, and
Yeah,
and also when after the cyclone died, when she moved to help girls in Chimanimani.
okay. So, as a parent, how do you come in as far as supporting your child is concerned?
Mostly it's about enabling, because you cannot really tell a person how to feel or how to carry a cause, because basically if you impose your will, it may not fly. So for her,
That's
it
true.
is just supporting what the child needs, where she wants to go, having a conversation as to how do you want me to help. So you'd find that when she started her own organization, which was registered last year, she is like, I am going to be forming my organization. It's going to be called MTC, which are her initials, MTC Educated Girl Foundation. And
All
we're
right.
like, okay, we are there to support you wherever you want to go. My job is to enable you to be where you want to be.
Most parents would say no to their child moving into this sort of activism, because this is an activism part of it on its own. But you were so open to it. Is it because you are in a better place? Is it because you're more exposed to better activism?
Yeah, so you find that I think some of the things could be inborn, or we can say they're God's blessings, or God will just be channeling you towards something. And as a parent, the biggest disservice you can do to your child is to stop that child from flourishing. Because I have seen a lot of artists who grow up and say, oh, I wanted to play this guitar. And if I remember, I think Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi used to say that I wanted to play this guitar, but my parents were not for it, or something like that. So,
That's
as a
true.
parent, the biggest disservice you can do to your child is to stand in the way.
And then I'll go back to Maka. Maka, I also understand you are an athlete.
Yes, I swim and play soccer both for my high school as well as my club teams.
How's that going for you?
It's going good. Currently, it's swim season for club. High school sports have been put on hold due to the pandemic, of course, but I am finding ways to still do what I like and love.
What has been your biggest achievement so far in as far as sports is concerned?
My biggest achievement is keeping myself motivated as well as pushing myself when the time calls for it, like the big swim meets where everything matters, and just grinding and putting in the work to achieve what I want out of myself during like a big events.
Okay, I'm going to ask this. At 15, do you consider yourself a feminist?
Yes, I do. And I think that everybody should be a feminist to support, like to push the idea of gender equality, to give people equal opportunities, and just say, hey, you should not be discriminated against just because you are a woman or a girl. We are people and deserve to be treated with respect and deserve to be empowered as well.
And then the support from your mom, how has it been for you? I know she's
It's
there.
Yeah, it's been amazing. The support from my dad, brother, and mom have been there throughout my entire activism career. They're always the people cheering for me from the sidelines and supporting me and encouraging me, as well as helping me become a better person.
Let's talk about right now the issue of the coronavirus. I think on a personal level as well, how has it affected you, if any, and how do you think, from how you're seeing right now, how has it affected girls that you have been supporting in Manicaland province here in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, for my personal life, my sports were put on hold. My spring soccer season was canceled, and my fall swim season has also been put on hold, and school has moved online, which is not the end of the world for me, but of course, like everyone else, we're a bit disappointed. But for the girls in Zimbabwe, it's a lot more than just a sports season being canceled. It's their entire life being put on hold, and where I'm working, they don't have the same access to what I have here, and so it
Mm.
becomes a lot harder to stay in contact with them and reach out to them.
Lucy,
Yes.
I remember when you and I were talking, you showed me that she's sort of being sought after by the local media that side. How are you handling the newfound fame for her?
Um, the good thing, she's a pretty solid kid.
Mm-hmm.
So she is not taken. I think she doesn't get too excited about things.
Okay.
So I think that's a very good personality trait that she has. And also at some point, when she went to the United Nations the very first time,
Mm-hmm.
that was when she was 10. um, she was covered by the news media as well, because she was the youngest delegate to the United
Mm-hmm.
Nations at the age of
All right.
10. And she got to
Interesting.
meet with the UN Women Executive Director, who's Dr. Pumzile Mlambo Ngqa. And she also got to present the health, that there was a health bill. I can't call it bill really.
Okay, it's fine. It's okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was being sponsored by the Bill Gates Foundation in the United Nations. So as the youngest delegate, she was invited by the then Secretary General, Mr. Ban Ki-moon.
Ban Ki-moon. Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I guess that during that time they were like, oh, so this is our local girl. And then now it is more like the same thing. They here high school, when they heard about this award, they just went crazy about it. The school district, they're just going crazy, and the media, they are like, oh, okay, they really want to talk to her. And for example, with the high school, there are like about 4 high schools here in Madison. They are organizing a live stream for her so she can address all the 4 high schools, the students from the 4 high schools, all at once. So yes, it comes with a responsibility, but I'm excited that she's a pretty solid kid and she can handle it well.
Mm-hmm. Maka, can you handle this?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
But won't it affect your studies in some way?
No, because in my family we value education above
Mm-hmm.
everything else, and nothing comes before school in my household. So I've become very good at balancing my athletics as well as school and activism work as well.
Mhm. You've been exposed to what I can call, for lack of better words, a better life. You've got almost everything set in the United States, and then you've got girls who are here in rural Zimbabwe, and the situation is not really good for them. What would you want to see change in as far as the rural girls here in Zimbabwe is concerned?
Yeah, I would love to see them get more opportunities that the ones I'm offered here
Mm-hmm.
daily, as well as access to the same tools that I'm given to be great, like simple like computers as well as libraries where they can go and study and work on themselves and educate themselves. Yeah, they just
Mm-hmm.
become better.
Okay, there's a lot of bias towards the girl child. Are you also maybe looking at capacitating the boy child?
I would hope so eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently working towards like breaking the cycle of early child marriages towards girls with it's definitely present with young boys too, which I'd hopefully like to work with very soon.
I'm reading here that the winner also receives a study and care grant and a worldwide platform to promote his or her ideas and causes to the benefit of children's rights. Um, is this an idea that you are probably thinking of taking beyond the Zimbabwean borders, beyond the United States borders?
Yes, of course, that has been my dream to branch out to other countries in Africa, hopefully Europe, Asia, all over the world to help um kids. Yeah.
All right, all right. And then, Lucy, as a parent, how does this make you feel knowing that your child is getting this worldwide recognition with all the support that you've been putting in for her?
Well, we feel so honored and humbled. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And even if she doesn't win the whole thing, we feel just so proud of her to be nominated amongst the 142 worldwide. You know, there are billions of young people in this world, but to her to be amongst that, probably you can say to be among the cream, it's really an honor. And speaking of education, I think she mentioned that I really want the girls to have the same opportunities that she has, as well as
Mm-hmm.
the libraries. I don't know if she wants to talk a little bit about the study center she's
All
planning
right.
on.
It's okay. Maka,
Mhm.
you can tune us in on this one. That's quite interesting.
I've been thinking about this next project for a while, and I wanted
Mhm.
to create a study center for where the girls can have access to hopefully a few computers, books, and all that. Because during this
Mhm.
pandemic, they're not given access to much, and I was hoping to provide a space where they can go and learn, print out copies, as well as do some research of their own to
Mm.
continue education during this time.
Education is key, and we are so proud of the work that you're doing, Maka. Maybe as we try to round up because we are behind time, let's talk about Maka because now we've got Maka, a very serious person who has been exposed at this since the age of 10. Are you a normal teen?
Yeah, I like to think so.
Mhm.
I have my normal teenage things that I do too.
Okay, okay, like what?
Oh, just hanging out with my friends, being goofy, going to movies,
Mhm.
going doing fun things.
All right, so you do actually have time for yourself.
I do. I make time to hang out with my friends, as well as just downtime for myself as well.
Mhm. And then girls soccer. Let's talk about girls soccer as well, because it's one area that I think needs to be talked about. In Zimbabwe, it's still a concept that is still upcoming. I know there's a Rosario Memorial Trust girls soccer team. There are other girls soccer teams, and you are there playing at the highest level. Do you maybe think one day you will come back and impart that knowledge here? And do you think you can come back and play for the Mighty Warriors?
I love to go back and visit the girls that I'm working with to meet them in person and not just have communication through a phone. I would love to go watch them play, speak to them, as well as build like in-person connections with them too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Lucy, would you want to see Maka playing for the Mighty Warriors?
Well. It will be
Mm,
it will be nice to have Maka play, but I
mhm,
would also want to see the conditions of the Mighty Warriors or women's sports improve in Zimbabwe, because as a parent, Maka started playing soccer when she was 5,
oh, that's
so
really.
it's an investment year in year out. So
Mm,
definitely, I would love for her to play for her country, but I would also love for the governing bodies to really look at the conditions for the girls.
that's very powerful. That's very powerful. Maka, I'll come back to the social life because you know what? As we were discussing about this interview with my workmates earlier today, and they were like, this teen, she can't be doing that. This is stuff for older people, right? So maybe take us through maybe a normal day for you without being serious with life. Like
Um,
from the time that you wake up until everything happens.
yeah. Of course, I've adjusted my lifestyle and schedule due to the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
but I wake up at around 6, 7, and then get ready for school, and then I do my classwork from 8 to around 3, and then I usually clean up my workspace and then get ready to go to swim practice. And then
Mm-hmm.
occasionally I have work after practice or on my off days when I don't have swimming. And then weekends, I usually hang out with friends then, or days I'm not doing anything.
All right, all right. That sounds like a very normal teenage life there. Okay. In conclusion, Maka, in the event that you win this, how is this going to change your life? One, how is this going to change the rural girls in Zimbabwe's lives? Two, and what are you going to be doing in the event that you win this award?
If I were to win it, I feel super honored to win an award right after Greta Thunberg won it.
Mm-hmm.
And it would open up a lot more opportunities for me, and I would be able to work a lot more closely with the girls and expand to hopefully other countries, potentially young boys as well. And it would change the girls' lives because it would give them also more opportunities. Like they'd be able to play games farther away and go travel to play soccer, as well as more educational opportunities as well.
Okay. Lucy, in the event that Maka wins as a mother.
Yes, in the event that she wins, definitely I hope it will change. Already she has a number of people who feel so inspired by her, and they want
Mhm.
her to be inspiring other kids. And on a personal note, as she told you, the education part of it is a very strong component of her life. So she's still going to go to school, so it's not going to change along those lines.
Mhm.
For the girls in Zimbabwe, I guess also, as she said, but I think it's more opportunity. Like, for example, right now we are reaching to almost over 400 girls
Mm.
within a number of wards in Chimanimani through soccer, and we have some on the scholarship program who are going to school. So definitely it will mean that the conditions would have improved for them, and we have the orphans that she is providing with food supplies and all that stuff. So definitely it will make it lighter in terms of trying to fundraise for those food packages and sanitary wear. And on another angle, I think the study center she was talking about. So it will
Mhm.
change a lot of things. Yeah, definitely.
Mhm. Okay, I know I said lastly, but let's talk about the scholarship. It's something that we hadn't talked about. Maka, what is the scholarship about?
Yeah, I give the orphan girls scholarships to pursue their education without worry, as
Mhm.
well as play sports, knowing that I get to stay here and play sports without having to worry about potentially leaving and not being able to pick up where I left off.
Interesting, interesting. Thank you so much, Makanaka Chikowero and your mom, Lucy, for gracing the show. What I can only do right now is wish you guys the best of luck. I hope you bring this home. By home, I mean Zimbabwe, because we would want to see this in Zimbabwe. United States, yes, it will be home, but this is home as well. So we would want you to go and win it. And you can go and conquer the world. We are solidly behind you. We, as the media, as a country, will ensure that your story is written and the world will know you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. God bless you and have a good time. And I think you are going to for lunch now. For some of us, it's home time now. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later on.
Thank you so much, Lovejoy, for having us.
All right. Have a good day.
Have a good one too. Bye bye.
All right, that being the program, Meet the Press with me, Lovejoy Mtongwiza. And on the program today, we had Makanaka Chikowero, who is nominated for the International Children's Peace Prize Award, which is equivalent to the Nobel Peace Prize. And the previous recipient of this is Greta Thunberg, who is a very well-known climate change activist. So for Maka to win it, it would be a very big honor for Zimbabwe. It would be a very big honor for her and her family as well. So we can only wish them the best, and we hope she brings the award home. And that being the show, I wish you all a very good weekend. But before we go, maybe just in case you want to be on the program as well, get in touch with me, Lovejoy Mtungwiza, at Lovejoy Mtungwiza. That's on Twitter, at Lovejoy Mtungwiza. And then on Facebook, it's Lovejoy LJ Mtungwiza. Get in touch with me and we can talk. Or you can get in touch with 263 Chat. It's 263 Chat on Twitter. The Facebook page is 263 Chat. Get in touch with us. We can talk. We can come to you. We can tell your story better than anyone else. That is a promise. And that being said, my name is Lovejoy Mtungwiza. Have a great weekend and God bless you.